Ladies and gentlemen, if you've spent the past 3 weeks now delving, farming the Doom boss as much as you can, and you still don't have a useful drop, yes, I've got the pet, but I don't care for the pet. I want the boots or the wand or even the cloth will do. There's now a nice little calculator here that you can use to really just squeeze the shit out of your copium, and I'll be linking this in the description down below. This was made by one of our beautiful community coders known as Struggle. All you have to do is enter in your floors that you've completed. These are mine, for example, and it will let you know exactly how hard you're being fucked on each drop. There's a 48% chance that I should have gotten a cloth by now. 44 for the Eye of Ayak, 38 for the treads, 14% for the pet. Oh, I've got the pet though. Got that at like 300 KC. Shout out to Struggle69 on Discord for making this calculator. In the description down below, you can now also squeeze the shit out of your copium to see how dry you really are or how spooned you are, and flex that on your friends. While you're down there, hit the like and subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate the support. Now I want to talk briefly today just about the Doom and where we're at and how we're feeling so far, because I've done a shitload of this, mostly on stream, a little bit off stream. And what I find is if you're not using a T-bow and slash or a Zarak crossbow, in fact, you know what, if you're not using a T-bow, full stop, I don't think it's worth pushing beyond wave 7 unless you're stacking wave 9, 10, 11, 12 and so on, because the amount of pressure it adds for the lack of extra rolls is just not worth it in my opinion, because you're only getting, like, look, if you finish wave 8 at 630, wave 7 is 720 and wave 9 is 540 onwards. I just don't think it's necessarily worth the extra pressure when using a slow bow, or sorry, the scorching bow, the SCO bow people call it. It's just, in my mind, I just don't see it being worth your time, especially the difference between wave 6 and wave 7 being so small, and the difficulty between wave 6 and 7 is really one extra stomp and slightly faster projectiles. If you can manage that, go nuts. Now I want to be clear for many players, if you can only reach wave 4 or 5, that's totally fine. You're smashing it. That's a massive jump between 4 and 5. You're doing a great job as a player. I wouldn't fucking stress. I just don't think it's worth chasing unless you have definitely a T-bow, and even then a Zarak crossbow will also make it even better. Now, one thing I like that Jagex has done recently, which is a little bit of a sleeper, and I think this puts Missouri well above Void now. A lot of people are taking Void because there are calculations out there saying that the car phase is more important. I couldn't disagree more, considering that the car phase, it lasts, what, at most, I think 26 to 28 seconds, which is great. And you do want to get as much damage as you can out in the car phase. And there are ways to manipulate it so that every single car phase is pretty consistent. There's a little bit of RNG involved. But at the end of the day, where the damage really matters is where you can hit zeros and where your accuracy is a point of contingency for this fight. That's why people see Oathplate being not as much DPS on, not as much overall max hit as Torva, should we say, but Oathplate being better than Torva because it is more accurate. And I think that's where Missouri really starts to shine now that Jagex has made one subtle and crucial change to this boss, and that is after he does his car phase. So for those that may not realize, but wave 5 onwards, you fight the boss. Shark Charm is so fucking, what a good fucking drop. Get this out of the fucking game, Jagex. So what happens is, sorry, before I go off on another rant, the car phase happens, okay? And then after that, he gets up and summons the little volatiles for you to do your orb attack, right? You do the orb attack. After like 3 attacks, he sets off the orb, the ground slams, you use the orb. And then what used to happen was, as soon as the orb slam was done, which I'll show you in this fight when I get to wave 5 onwards, he used to go straight to a shield phase, which would then trigger the car phase and then trigger the Deutsch proposition and mess with the plank scale, right? So with the quantum physics out of the way, he doesn't do that anymore. Now you can get, I think he gets 2 more auto attacks off before he goes to the car phase, or the shield phase again, sorry, which then triggers the car phase with the plank scale and the Deutsch proposition and so on. So you get extra hits off there now. And I'm talking like a good 3 hits with the Scorching Bow, which is really important and really crucial there, because those hits can hit zeros. They can also hit fat fucking 40s. You want that accuracy a little bit more than you want that damage, in my opinion, especially when you're putting it up against Void. You just get that extra accuracy out of Missouri, which I'm pretty sure is correct. I could be wrong. And I haven't done the calculations. I'm just making the statement here. I'm not saying it's definitely better. I'm saying I think it's better. Just before people start fucking forgetting what I originally said at the start of this video, saying I think Missouri might be better now. I haven't done the calculations. I leave it for people like you guys who really think that extra 4% matters and thinks that there's like actually a difference in your gameplay. At the end of the day, if you're shit, you're fucking shit. You can do this with a fucking Bofa and Crystal. It'll suck, but it's absolutely fucking doable. So I'm not trying to sit there and completely debunk Void. I'm just trying to sit here and say there's other factors to consider now, because car phase is going to be happening 3 or 4 auto attacks less often. It's not a huge amount, but it's enough for people to go, well, do you want that extra accuracy when you don't have guaranteed hits to close out the show before an extra shield phase? Because sometimes you'd be sitting there with 80 HP and that's enough to just close out the show before another shield phase, and you can save countless seconds off of this fight because you won't have to do that extra shield phase without having the T-Bow to skip it. The Scorching Bow may be able to do it now. I don't know if Void is the more consistent man for the job though. Dickhead just took damage. Fuck me. Because the shield phase, this is a fucking time crunch, man. This shit takes ages unless you have good grub spawn. But that is just a little bit of a, you know, I like that Jagex has made that change, you know. Whether it actually makes Void or Missouri better, I don't know. Because at the end of the day, I like it regardless because I get to get more damage off on the boss more consistently, and I do less shield phases now because of it, and I'm a big fan of it. I don't use Void personally because, well, I'm not going to waste my time farming Void, especially for one boss, because the difference between Void and what I'm wearing here is very minimal, and it's not worth spending 3 hours farming Void when I can spend 3 hours going dry at the Delve boss, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get slammed here, aren't I? Oh no, we're fine. Another thing I like is the poison removal on the orb. That shit's awesome, man. They fucking cooked with that. I utilized that pretty well in wave 7 and 6, just kind of close things out. Wave 8 is good fun, but man, sometimes it's just, I only go for it if I got the resources. I just don't want to push wave 8 sometimes. I really don't. It's not worth the extra pressure in my opinion. It's not worth consuming the extra resources, the RNG where I've done like all my acid from 6 and 7 before. I'll do it if I have the time, but when I say time I mean resources, and if I've got like nothing in the loot table. But if there's like a fat stack of like 800 tiers and a bunch of bones and cannonballs, you're goddamn right, I'm just going to go fucking cash and bank, because at the end of the day, it's not worth risking the 250k death coffer. It's not worth risking the loot that I could use if I ever get a drop. I don't see myself really getting the roll. I have zero faith in my RNG at the moment, and most importantly, I couldn't give 2/3 of a shit about other people's opinions. A lot of people use this to like fuel their ego and be like, I can get this delve number. I don't give 2/3 of a shit. You know, I'd rather play for fun than play for some cunt who isn't going to make any impact on my life anyway, because that makes the game boring, personally. Otherwise, delve boss, I can't stop cooking this boss, to be honest, which is annoying because I can't get a fucking drop either. It's the same with Yama, but this doesn't have the problem that Yama has, which is another problem within itself in this game, and that is that Yama sucks to solo, but everyone's done with Yama, you know? And I think the further the game goes on, the less likely it is to find people to farm Yama, unless there is some slash-based boss coming to the game that really just shifts the meta for what people should be what people should be using in PVM, right? The Oath Plate's up there at the moment, but everyone's got Oath Plate. If I want to do Yama, I've got to search for some idiot who doesn't know how to do Yama at this point. I mean, I can find people that want to do Yama that are good at it, sure, but this is more for people who don't have access to a vast community and high skill level of player like most creators and streamers do, right? I could find someone, you guys maybe not so much, unless you've got a friend or it's a group Ironman. Finding a Yama partner is going to be a bitch. And I think that's the only thing that kind of sucks, because soloing that boss, it's a pain in the ass. It's great for shard farming, but it's not great when you get fucking smoke runes or whatever the fuck it is that he gives you. It's just not worth the time. Oops. So that's what I don't like about Yama versus what I like about the Delve boss. It's just it wasn't another duo boss. The duo bosses are great, but they're great in small numbers. I don't want to be seeing a huge amount of those coming to the game. I think one is enough for now. Plus you got the Royal Titans, which are more easily soloable but aren't as rewarding, so they don't kind of have that problem that Yama has. As for fuck me, hold on, move out of the way of the car phase. Oh, I'll show you what I mean here actually. So we're in the car phase now, before I start rambling on again. I don't use Dragon Knives, I use the Blowpipe because the Blowpipe heal is fucking huge here. And you get a bit more range out of your blowpipes, which is good for like safe spots behind rocks. Now here he's gonna smash a couple of hits. Does 3 attacks. After this boulder pops, you kind of want to pop the volatile. Oh, back-to-back boulders. That's disgusting. Just let the grubs go in. Don't give a fuck about the grubs. See how he's not car phasing right away? I can hit him a few times, and then he car phases. That was I think you get 3 instances of damages on him now, which includes the grubs. One was the grub, and then there were 2 of my attacks. You're able to get a few extra hits off there. If I was a little more consistent and wasn't getting fucked by 2 boulders and a grub, I definitely could have hit him even more and probably killed him there. But double boulder, I chose to go after the grubs. I think I only got 1 of them. So I got to do another fucking shield phase here. That's just a kind of sucky RNG, which is just my fucking luck personally. But that's all good. Easy clear there. We'll have the same problem now on wave 6. We got another shark lure drop. That's just fuck you, Jagex. Holy shit. Alright, wave 6. I was talking about Yama or some shit. I just kind of hit record and started to ramble. I just mostly wanted to show off the calculator here and talk about this new, like, extra time you get to damage him after the orb phase. I felt that was really nice and kind of helped with DPS for everyone involved. I mean, it still works great for Void players, don't get me wrong. It's just I find the accuracy far more crucial and important in this game than most people do. A lot of people just go, oh, max hit, gotta be the best. It's a shit little, I guess, click that has been adopted by this game. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about actually. Which I'm going to talk about probably later on stream tonight. I got a 24-hour stream tonight, which I should have this video uploaded before then. Holy fuck. Oh, I did not expect the car phase there for some reason. Smash him here. Beautiful. Over here, beautiful. See, I'm not sure if Dragon Knives would hit him from here. Dragon Knives might hit him from here, I don't know. But the blowpipe, I just like that. I've got a full spec as well. I wasn't bringing my light bearer for a while, but I decided to start bringing it. Because, Vent of the Ring doesn't really do much, let's be fucking real. Oh man, I just fucked him up this wave, who cares, eh? Who gives a shit? I can't even show you the new example there again because just... What's the fuck? What's the fucking point? My apologies. The other good thing is I just remembered is that he can trigger a, what's it called? Punish phase during that time now between orbs and race car phase. So it just makes it even better for extra damage, which is, in my opinion, goated. Because you would very rarely, the only time that you'd be able to get a punish phase after a orb phase for the car phase is if he, if you didn't attack him. Because you could sit there and not attack him and he would trigger the shield as soon as you hit him. So you just go no attacking and you wait for a punish phase. But that could take ages, man. That could take 10, 15 auto attacks. So you just send orbs and it never trigger a punish. Now, there's actually... I've had quite a few punishes now just because of him throwing orbs and it like not triggering a shield phase. Provided I... even if I hit him. It's just... It was really nice to kind of get that little update, that little niche. Oh, this is gonna suck. Come over this way, dickhead. Oh, is this gonna be safe? Oh no, he just fucked it up. Alright, just blow pipe spec him, fuck him. Big. Big. That was huge. Very nice. Four slams, beautiful. So normally he would start shield phase here, but you can just punish him. Clear a bit of poison, get some health. He would have been shield phase already because I already attacked him prior for the orb. That's a perfect example right there. I love that. And damn it, I'm fucking damn. Alright, we may as well go wave 8 because there's fuck all loot here. We may die here in the process. But it is what it is. We got plenty of health for it. Let's drink an anti-venom just in case. We'll give it a shot. May as well add to the collection of horseshit. If there was good loot there, sure, but there's too much shark jam and not enough tiers. It's all standard tier rolls, so don't really care for that. Might get cleared straight away, especially since we're on the shit side. Yep, worm went in. It's good. Nice little stack of worm and dog shit there, and please don't punish again. Thank you. Thank God. Fuck me. I didn't know I was on the poison side until it was too late and we had a fucking had a big grub there. Let's just pot up real quick while we're here. Okay, we should be fine now. Bro, why are you gone so far, man? I don't think I'm safe here, am I? Oh, I am, wow, nice. Why can people stop fucking texting me, please, for the love of God? Wait, that's big. That was big. Get some damage out here and we're clean. Should be able to get him in the next car phase if we have good luck. Alright, we've got a few hits off, that's nice. Very good. Please shut the fuck up. Sorry, Misso's messaging me while I'm trying to record a video. Alright, here we go, sorry. Just bad coughing fit there for a second. Oh, God. Jeez, what a fucking mess of a kill. Oh my God. Bro, why are you moving so far? Jesus. Clean him up. Couple of specs. Let's just fuck him up here. Hell yeah. He should be dead here, surely. Keep pummeling him. There you go. Beautiful. Plenty of fucking food to spare. Nothing. Still absolutely fucking nothing. Great boss. Yeah. Beautiful. I was rambling on about something earlier in this video. I can't remember now. Something about you guys as the RuneScape community being assholes or some shit. I don't remember now. Oh yeah. I saw there was a problem on Twitter, which I'm going to talk about later on stream, which is Soda Poppin went back and made like a WoW video on the new Mr. Pandaria update, and apparently a bunch of RuneScape viewers just dislike bombed the shit out of it, and were just like, "Where's RuneScape? Where's RuneScape?" And were just being mega toxic. And I personally expect no fucking less from the RuneScape community, and I think it's just wild that people can be that weird about someone not playing RuneScape. I think OWST is the only creator out there that's not like had this problem, right? He's been able to split off to other games. I mean, I personally have too, but I do lose numbers. I don't really get any hate for it though. But OWST goes out, plays like Grand Theft Auto or some shit for fucking 5 years, comes back, and people don't give a shit, you know? And that was really good to see from a dedicated fan base. But man, just seeing people just get mad because a creator has gone to play a different game for a little bit, even just once, is absolutely just over entitled and cringe as fuck. And I just wanted to basically bring that to attention, and I don't even know why. I just saw it and I was like, man, that is just so fucking typical old school RuneScape. I don't know if any other gaming community does that on the internet, but it gives me fucking, it makes me cringe a little bit. It's unfortunate to see. Not that I care about like what happens to Soda Pop, and he's fine, and he'll come back eventually. I think he wants people to apologize or whatever, which is a bit over the top, but it's weird to see people in the RuneScape community do that. My community doesn't really do that, thankfully. Just there's always a few weirdos, but a lot of my community just wants to see me suffer, and they'll do that in any fucking game that I play. So that would make sense. But yeah, it happened, and it was just fucking keep it to the bucket, cunt. It was just weird to see happen, and thought I would just bring it up and say L RuneScape community, but thank you to my RuneScape community personally for not being a bunch of fucking troglodytes. And I'm probably just going to wrap the video up there. I think I'm done rambling and clearing a little delve there. I might do a delve boss guide if you guys want one. You can use this video as a guide. It was pretty straightforward. You just let me know what you think, and I'm going to go do a farm run before the mister gets home with some fucking Mexican food. So good luck, stay safe, suck a dick, and use that calculator, like and subscribe. Good night. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him, goddamn! Fuck me, look at that boy. It's huge! You got a big boy.